Hello YouTube, welcome back. Today is a pretty exciting day because we are finally doing Twitter Tea episode 2. I know it's been a long time coming. You seem to pretty enjoy episode 1, or at least sparked some controversy. This one is not nearly as serious as that one, so maybe it'll promote some lighthearted discussion. We'll see. Basically, this week I saw several tweets on my Twitter feed from literary Twitter about a subject that we're all pretty familiar with, our bookshelves. I first heard about it pretty late, actually. It was when everything had already went down, basically, so it could have been a lot more fun for me. Someone I follow tweeted about how boring and tired the discourse was, so naturally I was like, what discourse? So I typed in bookshelf, and what I found will shock you. No, I'm kidding. I hope you know I'm like over dramatizing this for effect. A literary technique. So even though I wasn't there as the action happened, what I gathered was that it started with this one tweet by Jess McHugh, who tweeted, "Top 7 warning signs in a man's bookshelf. 1. A dog-eared copy of Infinite Jest. 2. Too much Hemingway. 3. Any amount of Bukowski. 4. Ayn Rand. 5. Goethe. 6. Lolita is my favorite book. 7. Fathers and Sons is my favorite book." So this tweet got a lot of attention and a lot of replies. So one person wrote, "At least my copy of Infinite Jest remains and will forever remain defiantly unread." Jamie Klingler wrote, "We used to have a thing in college about the 5 books on every guy's bookshelf late 1990s. 1. Lolita. 2. On the Road. 3. The Catcher in the Rye. 4. The World According to Garp. And 5. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas." Someone else wrote, "If a man has a bookshelf, that's a red flag for me. Not into reading." And of course, it wasn't just joking around. There were also critiques of her choices. This person wrote, "Hey, woman here. Lolita is my favorite book, and it can be yours too if you're a guy. Fathers and Sons is up there as well. Like what you like. There's no literature that is off limits because of your gender." So then, outside of the replies, we also got some spin-off tweets. Amanda Mull tweeted, "Normalize just having any old shit on your bookshelf. Who cares?" Which a lot of people supported and agreed with. One of the replies to that tweet was, "Prediction. The next in thing will be carefully messy bookcases, similar to the no makeup look." Josh Gondelman tweeted, "I can't believe today's discourse has ignored the fact that the #1 red flag on a bookshelf is when you pull one of the books out and the whole shelf slides to the side, revealing a secret dungeon." He might be right on that. On the other hand, we have some people tweeting their own red flag lists. This tweet writes, "Real red flags on a dude's bookshelf. 1. Freakonomics. 2. Guns, Germs, and Steel. 3. The Blank Slate. 4. Any Malcolm Gladwell. 5. The Bell Curve. 6. The Screwtape Letters. 7. The God Delusion." And then we have Danielle Evans tweeting, "I don't know what set off this round of bookshelf red flag discourse, but I did once get an SOS message from a friend who accompanied a gentleman home only to discover an entire bookshelf of biographies of and books by Henry Kissinger, and I feel like that's hard to top." The last tweet I'm gonna share is one that I thought was pretty funny in that it plays on a tweet format that exists outside of like the book literature community. It's that tweet format that's like, "I don't date boys because they do whatever, but I do date men because they're better in whatever way," you know? Does that sound familiar? Is that like a tweet format that people know about? So yeah, this tweet was definitely playing off of that. It says, "Warning signs in a man's bookshelf. 1. Dog-eared copy of Goodnight Moon. 2. Green Eggs and Ham made me a less picky eater. 3. Anything by Richard Scarry. 4. Captain Underpants, but censored. 5. Where the Wild Things Are made me reimagine bedtime. 6. Cat in the Hat." Who's Richard Scarry? I've never heard of this. Okay, so that's basically the Twitter tea that I observed go down this week. This one was fairly lighthearted, and I was actually surprised by how many people got pretty heated about it. I kind of interpreted the first tweet that sparked everything as a joke. I also do realize that by making this video, I am openly inviting you to judge me for my bookshelf, which has gone through some changes recently, actually. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've kind of filled it up a bit with books that have been lying around. I definitely have not read all of these books, so I guess that's gonna be my disclaimer about it. Okay, how about comment down below what your most embarrassing book on your bookshelf is. Let's see, what is my most embarrassing book? I'll have to go with this classic, I guess. This is The Great Gatsby. It's partly embarrassing, not because of like the book itself, but just because I've never actually read this book. I don't know, my English teachers in high school never had us read it, and I got it because I wanted to read it at some point, but then I ended up seeing the movie on a flight, and then I just never got around to reading it. So honestly, the biggest embarrassment here is me for not reading this. But you know what? There's been some discourse in the booktube community about this that I noticed. I don't know if it's recent or if the videos I watched were pretty old. But yeah, I'm a huge proponent of just reading what you want to read and what you like, and not reading things just because everyone else is reading them. So in that way, maybe I'm not the embarrassment. I'm sorry, F. Scott Fitzgerald. I had to pick one of them. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I hope this was somewhat entertaining, and I will see you next time. Bye!